Today, I want to talk through what I would argue is like a surefire way to break users' trust in digital products. When an action that you can take on something in your interface, like adding to a cart or
Mm.
bookmarking, is available sometimes, but then mysteriously disappears in other places. It's like playing a very frustrating game of peekaboo with your
Oh,
users.
yeah. Direct manipulation is how we work in the real world
You
with
know,
our
just
poor little caveman lizard brains. We were not evolved for all these screens and all these little buttons. And when we are user experience designers, we are not beholden to the laws of physics. So we break the laws of physics in some ways that are really unintuitive. Now, like some of the ways we break the laws of physics are awesome, right? Undo, search, like being in 8 places at once is great. But there are certain laws of physics, that's basically what we talk about on this channel, that we really don't want to break because it's so intrinsic to how our brains work. And one of those principles is direct manipulation. If we want to act on a thing, woo, we reach out and try to grab it, okay? That's what we do. Like, look at babies. This is how we learn, is we reach out and we try to grab something, okay? It is the most intuitive way to take action on a thing. And sometimes we just put our CTAs in weird places, or we're inconsistent on making sure that the CTA is there, or the CTA can kind of like look different. And when it comes to making money, your add to cart or your buy CTA on your product object is very, very important to be as directly manipulable as possible, as consistent as possible. So it's really easy for people when they want to add something to their cart.
So we're in luck today because I've got a really great example from the Taco Bell app of all apps to show you and explain to you all what a broken object looks like. Time for a quick little challenge here. Can you spot the broken object? So what's inconsistent here? And I'll give you a moment to think about it.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Do we need to give them a hint?
Yes. Yeah. So I want you to look closely at the product cards here. So these are the product cards. What actions can you take on them?
Allie, what the toxic hell? It's just that was given to me. Um, why is there a plus button sometimes, but not all the time? It looks like you always get the do you always get the customized?
You always get the customize.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. There's always customized there, but there's
Okay.
some missing plus buttons.
Yeah, so
What's up with
just to
that?
back up, this is a product, right? This little card is an instance of this product. We got the
Mm,
Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco, right?
yum.
And here, love that, but the problem is that right next to each other, I can add this to my cart, but over here I cannot. And this is just a classic broken object situation here. I can't take the same action on the same product on the same page. Mind it. Like we're in the same, literally
Yeah.
the same page.
Which adds an extra insult to injury because when you see them right next to each other,
No, you're like,
you are
"What did I do wrong?"
right. You think it's a bug, right? It's like,
Yes.
wait a second, because you can compare them. Like when you see it on one page versus another page, you're like, wait a second. Your muscle memory tries to come into play, but you're like, you're not seeing them side by side. I hope everybody kinda understands if I'm articulating this well enough,
Mhm.
that, like, when you see them side by side, it's like something is missing here. How do I add it to my cart? Because that's obviously how you do it over there.
Mhm.
So we're always training people. We're training people when in our UX, they're learning all the time. This is what is true about this environment that I'm in. We're little learning beings and pattern detectors, right? And we create meaning from all that pattern. And when the pattern breaks, we create meaning from that too. We're like, wait a second, there's something wrong with this picture. So having them side by side like this is just like, it's just super bad. Super
Oh,
bad.
super bad. So let's dive into just for a minute here and just look at like how we might change this because you might say, okay, add the button here. But of course, there's some complexity, which we love. We love some complexity here because
Mhm.
on further investigation here, this is actually a meal. It
Yeah.
is a little bit different than just adding a single item, right? It's I'm getting multiple things here. When I click on this here, even they have this add button. If I click it, it says, "Uh-oh, no. You need to grab a drink," which I
Mm.
hate this from an interaction perspective because it's like, just tell me what I need to do. Don't give me a message that I have to now say got it and then go
Right.
and find over here, choose my drink, which
Yeah,
I
it's
would
just
like.
like invites user error.
Yes.
Um, So also that add button, like that's the same as the plus button
It looks a
on
little
the
different.
it looks a little bit, and that's okay. Like if you don't have room for it to say add and you just want the little plus
Yes.
button. But what I would do there is I would make that purple with white
Over
text. The
here.
one, yeah. I
Yes.
would add purple with white text with white little white plus. And then I would add the icon
Yes.
over, like go in there and let's look at the add button.
Add
I
the
would
little plus.
actually put it with a circle around it.
Okay.
Just, oh man, then we have like a one with quantity add, which just take that and I would put it over on the add button.
Well, wait, Sophia, what you're dreaming up is kind of
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But isn't that interesting? We've got some shapeshifting.
Oh, they already have it. Why did they put it on the other one?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. All you needed to do was have that on the previous screen and then repeat it up. And it's a different purple.
It's a different
too.
purple.
It's a different purple.
Also, I think it's part of the image because, yeah, I don't think it's actually this whole thing is the touch target.
That's a
but-
production and content nightmare right there of people
Right.
having to place that little plus button.
And
That's
if you
what we
change the
call a
color,
hack.
then what happens when you change that color and you want it? It's not going to be consistent everywhere, which is what I'm guessing happened here.
You're
And
gonna
that's
have a
why
content
we
creation
have
issue. Oh
a
my
white button
gosh.
with purple fill. Oh, okay. So let's talk about how we would fix this. So this one
Please.
just goes. If I click this, it goes boom boom. I love that. I love that it tells me
It's a
my
different purple
price.
again. How many purples do they have? I guess it's, I mean, Taco Bell's all about the purple. Cool, but that was another purple, just for the record.
Let's have a purple count going here.
Okay, that's 3.
Okay, so that adds it there. When I go here, I have to choose my drink. I have to go to here. I can make some customizations, which you can
Mhm.
customize any of these. And then I hit add, and then I got boop boop, and it updates my price. So,
Okay.
Sophia, what would you do to account for this brokenness here? Because it is a little.
Well,
yeah.
I just would add the plus right there too. So they both have the pluses and they both have the customize.
Mhm.
And then what would happen? So okay, so then there is that complexity here, and we're here for it. That's what we do in the OUX world is we embrace the complexity. We're like, okay, this one you've got to choose a drink.
Yes.
There's other customizations that you could do too, but just like the other one, you can click the customize button to customize. But this one, like, you gotta choose a drink,
Mhm.
right? So what do we do in that situation, Allie?
Like, do
What's
we
your
just
idea?
have this pop up after I click that add button on the little product? This comes up. We have
Okay.
some more information that says choose a drink for that product. So it's clear.
So I can remember what I'm choosing. Like, wait, why am I
Yes.
choosing a drink? Oh, right. Because we all have that squirrel brain. Why am I on the screen?
Where? What am I choosing it for?
Oh, I'm choosing a
Especially if you're
drink for
ordering
that.
for multiple people, which I often do for Taco Bell orders late at night.
Yeah.
What do all my friends need? Do they need a Baja Blast or do they want a pet? So I want to remember, what am I choosing this for? It's for the Cantina Chicken Quesadilla meal.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
wow.
repeat it. Just repeat it there. Or you could even make that not take up the whole screen. Go back down. So
Mhm.
if the Cantina Chicken Quesadilla meal was at the top,
Mhm.
and then with a little bit of a peek of you could just make that
Oh, kind of like that.
yeah, kind of like
That's
that, and then
interesting.
you could pop the choose a drink thing up there.
I
Something
love
like that could, but you just want to reinforce it. We don't want to have these modals that just take over and don't remind the user where they were. This is an accessibility issue. This is cognitive load for all of us. If it's late night, maybe after a couple drinks, or you have dyslexia or any other
Yes.
cognitive impairment where like short-term memory is an issue, or attention is an issue. So we just want to make sure people like, wait, you're doing this thing for this other thing. That's not really a broken object issue. That's just basic UX. But
Yes.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think something like that. So then I know, okay, if we go back though, this is a little different of an action because when you click this plus, you're going to get, now we're saying choose your drink. This
Mhm.
plus just adds it boop, to my cart here.
Yeah. So you bring up a good point that in general, we have the same CTAs. We want them to do the same thing. So that gets into a little bit what we call a shape-shifting CTA, where we have the same CTA, but it does different stuff when you click on it. So this is where we just kind of like balance and make sure that we're being really intentional and user test as well if needed. But in this case, I think it's going to be okay. So we click the plus button on the Cantina chicken crispy taco and it just boop goes straight to the cart, right?
Yes.
and I can go and I can customize it if I want to and say no cheese or add lettuce or whatever.
Yep. I can go
Yeah.
and edit here and I can customize it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a whole other copywriting conversation on the difference between edit versus customize.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay? Is that not okay? UX writers, content designers, let us know. Edit versus customize. It says edit over in the cart. It says customize while you're adding it.
They kind of do the same thing.
And then customize actually
Customize here,
looks
which-
different too.
Which this is the same screen, but now this says customize and the other one said edit. Okay. I see. Yep. Wait. And then if I go here, it does say customize.
okay.
This says edit. Okay. Still, it's I don't love it. I would love to hear what some copywriters think.
Yeah. So I would say we have the little interstitial. So we could do something creative where if I get me to that drink screen where it's the choose your drink. Okay. So in this screen, we might want to bring it down a little bit or add some copy to remind you what you're actually doing here. And then at the bottom, that like add to cart thing, you could play with some sort of like pending, like choose a drink. And I haven't find it saying it in both places, like choose a drink to add to cart. And then after maybe it's like a grayed out purple. Let's add another purple, kind of a grayed purple. So it's like you're in the process of adding it to the cart.
Yes.
We're just taking you through this one little step. So that would be a really nice that would be a beautiful detail.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Sophia, we've got one more.
One
on the
more
homepage.
broken object.
One more broken. On the homepage here, we have also products, which...
Okay, that's a recognizable product, right? That looks...
Right.
Okay.
Got the plus, okay. What about this one?
Oh, we got a little shape-shifty action here. We moved the price.
The price is now on the image.
Okay.
And then
fun.
the plus button's gone. How can I want to add this?
And no customize either. Just no CTAs.
Nothing. Which
we lost them all.
I know. Goodbye.
Yeah. And this comes back to our last episode on Lingo. I think somewhere. Where we were just talking about over designing. Like literally somebody thinks they like redesigned this thing. Like, now we have a deal thing. Whatever they call it. It's Lux Your Way. And it's going to go on the homepage. So let's spend, how many like reviews do you think that little card went through? Like how the price is showing in the upper left-hand corner.
Sorry.
Literally go to your design system. Reuse your product card. Like you just made it easier on yourself and you're making it easier on your users. You're making your product, which is like the thing that people are spending money on, recognizable and easy to manipulate. Manipulate in customizing it and adding it to the freaking cart.
Oh man. I mean, all of these things, they can seem so small when I know I've been in the rooms of designing things and there's deadlines and things happen and it seems so small, but literally these decisions can have a big business impact.
Yeah.
Like you're leaving money on the table if it's not easy for someone to add something to the cart. So consistency is so important. Maintain those consistent actions, especially on your objects. Like no matter where they appear in your interface, that you should be able to take the same action on them. And your users and your conversion rates will thank you.
Seriously. And then don't go spend a bunch of money redesigning it on the homepage.
Yes.
Because you're thinking about it as a different thing. So like spend your money thinking about like the complexities, the little conditional logic things of like, ooh, okay, the plus button needs to act a little bit differently here to here. How do we make that really, really graceful? Like put your creative energy there, not toward reinventing the wheel over on the homepage. Please and thank you.
All right, Sophia, what plug do we got?
Oh, yeah. We have got the UX Level Up coming up. It is a free event this springish. Go ahead and register. OOUX.com/UX Level Up. I am going to be teaching my top 20 most potent strategies to level up in UX. Like, and these are going to be actionable. They're not going to be fluffy. They're not going to be like, use AI, right? Like these are going to be super, super juicy. And this is also going to be our launch party for the OUX Foundations live, which is going to be happening very, very soon,
Oh
which
my
is something that
gosh.
I'm very excited about.
So many exciting things.
So many exciting things. So watch out for your broken objects,
Okay.
Allie. This is such a great example. Thanks for bringing it to us.
Yes.
And Taco Bell, I hope this helps. If you're watching, we love you. We love you. Sorry about the whole toxic hell thing. We're not
just
fix
when
your
you do things like this. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah. Just fix your broken objects. Okay, thanks.
All right. Thank you all. Happy OUXing.
Happy OUXing. Bye.
Bye.